our guest today is a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, the NCAA all-time Division I scoring leader, the first pick of the WNBA draft, WNBA assist leader, all-star, and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. She's the most requested guest in the history of our show, and the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, Miss Caitlin Clark. Please welcome everyone. Yeah,
I appreciate it. So I basically narrowed it down pretty early on when I was going through my college recruitment that I wanted to be like in the Midwest, just kind of a homebody, family person, just wanted to stay fairly close to home. So that narrowed a lot of stuff down. And I visited like Oregon and Texas and a few other places, and I liked them, but it was just like, I knew it was too far. And then visited Notre Dame a bunch of times. And I was like, I love Notre Dame. And I like, as a kid, like you want to go to Notre Dame. Like it's the same with Notre Dame football. It's like the coolest thing in the world. Like it's Notre Dame. It has that tradition. They've had so many great players go through there in every single sport. But like, I just knew like something, like you could just like, I could feel it in my gut. Like I was like, I'm not supposed to go there.
Yeah.
So I picked Iowa, and Iowa was really good at women's basketball before I went there too. Like made a few Sweet 16s, made the Elite Eight. Our coach had been there for quite a while, but they hadn't been to the Final Four since like 1992. So I wanted to go somewhere that was good, but like maybe hadn't been like a blue blood per se in like quite a few years, and kind of help them get back to that. And then it was obviously my home state too, and 2 hours from where I grew up. So perfect distance where like your parents can't show up, but also like you could go home if you wanted to.
No doubt.
Of course,
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that's getting harder to ignore. Caitlin Clark is being targeted, and not just on the court. From physical hits to media jabs and silent treatment from peers, it's clear something deeper is happening, and trust me, you won't believe how far this really goes. Let's start with the obvious. Caitlin Clark didn't enter the WNBA quietly. She came in like a storm breaking college records, selling out arenas, and lighting up highlight reels before she ever played a pro minute. That kind of momentum is rare, but with it comes resistance. And here's where it gets interesting. When a rookie gets more attention than league veterans, the culture shifts. Some embrace it. Others, not so much. And that's not all. This attention didn't just make her famous, it made her a target. You won't believe this, but some of the targeting has nothing to do with contact. It's the looks, the energy, the way some players completely avoid acknowledging her on or off the court. You expect tough defense, but what you don't expect is the complete lack of respect during timeouts, during interviews, during press conferences. It's not always what's said, it's what's not said. And just wait until you hear how the media's played into this.
You were unique where when you first got to college, it wasn't a thing, and all of a sudden it became a thing.
It became a thing after my freshman year. And it was kind of weird because like everybody was like, okay, so like, what is it? And like
trying to maneuver.
You know, the NCAA, like they don't have many rules on much anymore. So like, there weren't many rules, and it was more so like, okay, like what can we do? What can we not do? And like, we're also the first. So like, you're trying to figure it out as you go. My family helped me a lot. But as you get going, you know, you just figure things out, and it's fun. And like, and it obviously should have been a thing for a really long time.
Here's something wild. When Caitlin Clark plays well, some say it's overhyped. When she struggles, they call her overrated. She literally can't win. The media either props her up to unrealistic levels or drags her down the moment she has an off night. And that's not all. The pressure the media has put on her has a ripple effect. Other players see the headlines, the coverage, the viral clips, and they start thinking, why not me? It builds resentment. Not because Clark did anything wrong, but because she became the story, almost overnight.
Yes, have we ever had teams have to get into larger arenas to play against a team? No, we have not. So if we have more eyeballs on the game and Caitlin Clark brings that, why would we feel some kind of way because she has more television games? I think we have to understand that when one player eats, we all eat. And as we all get more opportunities, it just opens it up for everyone else.
Now, let's talk about the part no one wants to admit. Jealousy. That's right, real jealousy. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. Imagine working your entire career in the shadows, and then a rookie comes in and grabs all the spotlight. That's not all. Clark didn't just take the spotlight, she expanded it, she brought in new fans, boosted ratings, and helped the league go mainstream in a way we haven't seen before. But instead of saying, let's grow with her, some are saying, she hasn't earned this. And that resentment, it's showing up in ways that go way beyond basketball. Here's where it gets serious. This isn't just tough defense. This is off-ball contact, late hits, shoves that have nothing to do with stopping a play. And guess what? It keeps happening. You won't believe how often it's been brushed off as physical play. But when it's the same player on the receiving end over and over again, it stops being coincidence and starts looking like a pattern the league has to acknowledge.
Caitlin's coming. There's more than just that are coming. What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
And now the WNBA is at a crossroads. Caitlin Clark is bringing in more attention, more dollars, and more new fans than anyone in recent memory. But if the league allows this kind of targeting to continue, it risks sending the worst message possible, that stars aren't protected and success makes you a target. That's not all. How the league responds to this could define its future. Will it back the players who are growing the game, or let internal resentment drag the whole product down? At the end of the day, this isn't just about one player. It's about the growing pains of a league that's finally getting the spotlight it deserves. Caitlin Clark didn't break the system. She just exposed the cracks that were already there.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are the best gift that the WNBA has ever had. I mean, and the fans that show up and pack that place, I mean, sell out crowds every time Caitlin Clark plays. It's so great for Indiana, but it's good for the WNBA. But how dare you accuse our fans, the Hoosiers that show up at these games, being racist when they're not? I mean, that was an opposing player who hates Caitlin Clark. Frankly, it's a great rivalry for the teams and for the sport. But don't accuse our fans of being racist. I mean, that's the kind of garbage that gets thrown around all the time. It wasn't true. The investigation proved it. And there was no outcome of it. There was no apology. Apologize to the fans. I mean, that's a simple thing to do. And I wish the team would have been more emphatic about that. Stand up, stick up for your fan base. I mean, that's who's keeping you alive. So maybe they'll still do that. I don't know. I mean, I tweeted that Angel Reese should apologize, and my tweet got a lot of reactions, but I'm not going to hold my.
But the WNBA last year, bless their hearts, finally got a star. And they didn't know that. They couldn't figure it out. Well, we don't want to put too much Caitlin Clark on. Nope, every game. More Caitlin Clark all the time. Always. Caitlin Clark is easily the most influential athlete in a team sport.
So now it's your turn. Do you think Caitlin Clark is being unfairly targeted? Or is this just the cost of greatness? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from real fans. And if you're passionate about the WNBA, about elevating women's sports, and about holding the game to a higher standard, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Because this isn't the end of the conversation. It's just the beginning. And now, the question is simple. Are we going to lift up the players who bring change, or push them down to protect the status quo?